So Lionel Messi's list of promising talents doesn't include Lamine Yamal, doesn't include Franco Mastatuono. What's happening with this list of players?
That list is fake.
It's fake. And let's be honest. Nuno Mendes is the best fullback to play with Cristiano Ronaldo since Marcelo. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Yes,
Better
yes.
than Marcelo.
So you think Juventus is going to keep Kenan these?
Yeah. I think you will keep.
I don't think Juventus is going to make Season 3 FC Wonderkid Podcast, Episode 8, here with my great co-host, Felipe Souza. How are you doing, my guy?
Very well, Alex. Very hyped for this episode. We are going to talk about Golden Boy nominees, Football Manager, and the Under-20 World Cup. So we have a lot to talk about.
And the masterclass of Nico Paz. Straight in the morning, we wake up, we watch Como Juventus, and we see Nico Paz with a goal and an assist. And Nico Paz is involved in 7 of 8 goals of Como this season. Insane. 4 goals, or is it 8 and 9? I think he's involved in 4 goals and 4 assists,
He's
right?
involved in 8 goals, yes. 4 goals, 4 assists, and 4 Man of the Match awards in just 7 games. The majority of the games that he played in Serie A this season, he won the Man of the Match award.
Insane. Nico Paz can be considered the best player in Serie A. So we're going to talk about that here in the FC Wonderkid podcast. We gave us a bit of a glimpse of what we're going to talk. But yes, starting now. And before we start, thank you for all the comments we had in episode 7. Comments on YouTube, 5 stars on Spotify, FC Wonderkid podcast. It's a huge help. Link in the bio of TikTok, in the bio of Instagram. Go bold, support us, and we can guarantee you we will mention your names in the podcast, because talking about Wonderkids is such a happy and good thing to do here in the community, and we want to talk more and more and more, because players like Nico Paz deserve to be talked. But yes, first topic, you said, Felipe, Golden Boy. The 25 names on the list came out. And first thing that we got to say to the people, Lamine Yamal is not included in the 25 list of the Golden Boy, not because he's not good enough for that. That's ridiculous to say. Lamine Yamal is the first player ever to win a back-to-back Copa trophy. So you can be nominated for a Copa trophy if you have won in the past. Golden Boy, if you win it, no more. You can win the Golden Boy, okay? Yes. The decision is by Tutu Sport that the Golden Boy award belongs to them. So that's why Lamine's not there, okay? Just, oh my days. I just wanted to say that to the people. Yeah. But yes, starting here with the Golden Boy. How are you feeling, Felipe?
I have here my top 5. I put here my top 5 for the Golden Boy Award. So in my 5th place, I put Estevão.
Okay.
4th place, I put Kenan that made a really good season in 24-25. 3rd place, the breakthrough season in the Premier League last season, of course, Dean Huijsen with a brutal season with Bournemouth, very decent and very consistent season, so I think he deserves the 3rd place. 2nd place, Pau Cubarsí.
We agree.
And 1st place, of course, the man who made a masterclass in the Champions League final, Désiré Doué. Insane, and I think, I don't have any doubts here in my top 5. I don't know yours, but
we have the same names, but in different order. My top 5 for the Golden Boy nominees, I say 5th, Kenan Yildiz, one of the best players in Serie A. My 4th is Dean Huijsen, yes, breakthrough season, insane what he did with Bournemouth. 3rd, I put Estevão, because Estevão was clutch for Palmeiras to be on top, and if it wasn't for a 17-year-old in Brazil, that wouldn't have happened. Abel Ferreira said one of the best players he has ever coached. 2nd, I put Pau Cubarsí, and 1st, Désiré Doué. We agree, one of the best Champions League finals I've ever seen in my life. Désiré Doué made that happen. Désiré Doué, 2 goals, 1 assist in the Champions League final. Best young player of the Champions League, best young player of the FIFA Club World Cup, best young player of Ligue 1. He has to be the Golden Boy, no doubts, especially if Lamine is not nominated. Okay, if he was, obviously he would win. But since he isn't, Doué is the man to win the trophy, in my opinion, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
It's insane that Doué, for me, doesn't start for France. France are stacked, okay? Put Olise at the right, Mbappe at the left, Dembele Oh my gosh, at striker, this is insane what France have. The man who's going to win a Golden Boy not even starts for this national team.
A lot of options for the mainly for the attack of the France national
team. And then
team.
a Mateta on the bench. Hat-trick against Bournemouth. That match was insane to watch. But we're talking Golden Boys. Yeah. You went straight up with the top 5. But let's talk about the other players that some people might not know. Mm-hmm. Who would you like to highlight first? Giovanni Leone is there that unfortunately had the ACL injury.
Yes. I think Mastatonu also made a brilliant season with River Plate.
True.
He scored in important matches. I remember that insane free kick against Boca Juniors that shook the world.
It was long. It was
far from
close.
The goal. Yeah,
exactly.
It was far from the goal. Brilliant season at River Plate, and he was the key player of that team. Mm-hmm. And being a key player, the best player of a team like River Plate with 17 years old, it's not normal.
Big
and
magnitude.
That's why he is at Real Madrid right now and starting and playing a lot of minutes. As he should. And yeah, it's the first name that comes to my mind outside these top 5 that I said. And also Arda Güler also deserves to be mentioned. Rodrigo Mora. You see this season, he is not playing so many minutes as he played last season with Porto.
True.
Porto didn't make a really good season. They made the.
They were highly reliant on Rodrigo Mora.
Yeah, but they were season. Yes.
But not anymore.
They were very dependent of Rodrigo Mora.
Now they're depending on who?
Victor Froholt.
Also nominated for the Golden Boy. And this could be a bold statement. If the Golden Boy was only for this season, Victor Froholt for me would be top 5. With the names of Kenan, with the names of Pau Cubarsí, Dinois and Estevão Doué, I would put Victor Froholt in that top 5. Danish fans, defend me on this, okay? And Porto fans, you know ball. You know he's irreplaceable currently. One of the best players in Liga Portugal at 19, and he's just arrived, Victor Froholt. But I wanted to say, also, I wanted to give a special shout out to the center backs that are nominated for the Golden Boy. I love to see Giovanni Leone, Dino Isen and Pau Cubarsí getting the respect that they deserve. Both generational talents. Lenny Yoro, that is not playing badly for Man United. It's all a case of a collective form, not individually with Lenny Yoro. Great talent. And Mamadou Sarr, another one bites the dust for Chelsea, okay? So many talents. And Chelsea have nominated for the Golden Boy Estevão, Mamadou Sarr, and Giovanni Kenda, okay? So, and Jorel Hato.
Jorel Hato too. That made a really good season.
In 25 talented young players nominated, Chelsea have 4 guaranteed next season.
Yes.
Insane recruitment. And for sure, we're going to be talking a lot more about Chelsea in this podcast. But I wanted to say briefly this shout out to the center backs that are nominated. But I wanted to ask you this too. We talked about Ballon d'Or in the last podcast. Please check out. There's a thumbnail about it. It's very easy to find that podcast. But we see this Golden Boy nominee list. I think from the Golden Boy nominee list, the ones who can reach a Ballon d'Or status one day, Désiré Doué, Franco Mastatouono, Estevão, Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler could achieve that. It's bold. And last but not least, Giovanni Kenda, okay? And Rodrigo Mora. I gotta give the shout out to these 2 talents. Both can get the Ballon d'Or one day if they have the right development, because talent, I see it. And whoever sees Kenda and Mora knows that I'm not doing Portuguese bias. This guy is the guy that talked about Nudman. She's Portuguese bias. Talked about Vitinha. Yeah, man. And I'm talking about Kenda now. And I'm talking about Mora. And if you want a bold name, Daniel Bajaki of Benfica, 17 years old, plays at the right back slot. I can guarantee you world-class potential and generational talent.
And Rafael Quintas too.
But Banjaki, for me, I could see him playing for Benfica next season. That's the level of talent that he is. But I'm going off on a trail.
I agree.
Who are the ones that can reach the Ballon d'Or from the Golden Boy list? So
I agree with you. I think it's difficult for a defender to win a Ballon d'Or someday. So I agree with your names.
Cannavaro. We didn't understand how special it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's
insane. A centre back win. Imagine right now in the world of football currently, a centre back winning a Ballon d'Or.
Van Dijk was close. And what if the Netherlands wins the World Cup? He's the best player of the Netherlands team.
Yes, but I think
I don't think it will happen.
I think it's not enough to win the World Cup for a centre back.
Premier League and a World Cup.
Yes,
Liverpool
he has to
are the
win
favorites.
a Premier League. He has to go to the semi-finals at least of the Champions League.
True.
And win a World Cup.
But Van Dijk, I think, is the closest player that we've seen recently, centre back, to be for the Ballon d'Or. But from these players, do you think Dean Huijsen and Pau Cubarsí can get to this status of importance?
They will get to the world class level for sure, and will be one of the best in the world. But it's difficult because I think
it's a longevity question.
I
yes.
think
an injury can affect this. A lot of things.
And I think also for a centre back to win a Ballon d'Or, he has also to score goals. Okay, not the amount of goals that a striker or a winger score normally in a season, but I think he has to score at least 10 goals in a season. And I don't see Pau Cubarsí and Dean Huijsen get close to that. To those numbers.
I understand.
But I think one player that can get close to those numbers, and I think he will reach the world class level as well, is Luka Vuskovic. Luka Vuskovic is a top centre back, an aerial beast. He 2 games ago he won.
He won 15,
18,
right? Or 18.
18 aerial duels in a match in a Bundesliga. It's not Jupiler Pro League or a Danish league. No, it's one of the big 5 leagues.
I watched the RB Leipzig Amberg game. Vuskovic was one of the best on the pitch.
And I think the fact that he scores also a lot of goals for a centre back can help him in the future for this kind of awards.
We can guarantee the Spurs fans that Luka Vuskovic next season, 19 years old, he's nominated for the Golden Boy minimal. Okay, if he's not for other things, Croatia have a pure talent here. Could be starting for Croatia in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Not insane to say.
No. Not
For the level of talent, and you said aerial duels, he wins so many. He did break a record, correct? It was like throughout 3 years. There was no player that won as many aerial duels in the top 5 leagues.
Yes.
Something like that. It's bold. I love that mention. And we're going to talk about Vuskovic a bit more because Tottenham, good recruitment lately. I want to also give a shout out to Nico O'Reilly that is living a very good moment in his career. New position now at left back. Nico O'Reilly gets his professional debut last year and has passed so fast. He should be nominated for the English national team. He was selected for the first time too. This week, or was it? Sorry, last week.
Last week.
So he's living a phenomenal moment in his career. So I really wanted to give this congratulations to Nico O'Reilly because it makes a lot of sense. And I also have here, interesting here, Golden Boy 25 list. Teams that have more than one player. PSG has more than one player. Chelsea has more than one player. Real Madrid has more than one player. Futebol Clube do Porto with Rodrigo Mora and
Victor Froholt.
They have more than one player. Tottenham, shout out to Tottenham with Lucas Bergvall and Archie Gray. More than one player nominated for the Golden Boy. And last club but not least, Arsenal with 2 academy players, Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Phenomenal names, and if you haven't seen the Golden Boy list, please go check it out. And I want to mention this because I know you have a controversial opinion about it. Flip.
And maybe you're talking about Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yes.
Maybe he could get in this top 5 because last season he made
the
a
masterclass performance against Real Madrid.
An 18-year-old,
to play against Real Madrid that way, I understand if an Arsenal fan does say that Miles Lewis-Skelly. We have to support the Arsenal fans because we're getting labeled as Arsenal haters, and we're not Arsenal haters. We love Mikel Arteta and what he's doing. 8 clean sheets in 11 games this season is insane, and they have a Mosquera, Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's trusting the youth.
And we love
Arsenal.
Max Dauman, and we love Mari Salman that is coming.
We love Chidoadi Martin, Aiden Heaven too. We're joking,
now at Man United,
fans. We're joking, Arsenal fans. But wanted to mention Lionel Messi. He put a popular list out there of the top 10 young talents for Lionel Messi. He has Rodrigo Mora at 10. Lily Johans at 9th. He's got Andre Santos 8th. Mika Götze. He's got Brujan Gruda of Brighton. So Lionel Messi's list of promising talents doesn't include Lamine Yamal, doesn't include Franco Mastatuono. What's happening with this list of players?
That list is fake.
It's fake?
I
He puts Nico Paz first.
Yeah, he put Nico Paz.
I respect that.
It's the same players that appeared in the Adidas hat.
Yes.
And I think
with the cards, right?
With the cards, and I think he don't even know some of the players of that list, like Kader Meite. I think Lionel Messi doesn't know him.
He's a baller.
But he's a baller. He's a baller.
Adidas
17 years old, scoring goals at Liga, one of the best young
Adidas
talents
knows him.
at Stade Rennes.
He for sure knows Rodrigo Mora, because
Yeah,
Inter
he
Miami
knows,
plays
he
Futebol Clube do Porto. Kendrick Paez, I think he'd know Argentina, Ecuador. But yeah, I understand. Mika Goetz, that's a bold shout from Ajax.
Brajan Grude. And
maybe Messi's scouting in the future, mate.
Yeah. And the list has two players from two female players from the football.
Clara Serra, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So interesting that we see these names. Let's tell us what do you think about these names on the Golden Boy list? Do you have any bold shouts? And yes, Golden Boy wanted to say shout out to Turkey by having Arda Güler and Kenan Yildiz, and Portugal with having Rodrigo Mora and Giovanni Kend. I really wanted to say those
And let
two.
me ask you this, Alex. For next year, who are the players that you think for sure are in the list for the next Golden Boy award?
For sure, I could
sure.
see now. Maybe, for sure. I'm not going to say Josh Ashpong. I still need to see more. Kendrick Paez, I think for sure. If he has a good season with Strasbourg, he's still taking some time to get to that level. Karetzes of Genk. If he has a good season with Genk, that could happen. Mike Pinders. Could we see a goalkeeper here in the Golden Boy list? I think that can happen, but who are the players that you think can?
I think
can be
two
in the
players
list?
that come to my mind that I am 100% sure that will be in the list.
Gilberto Mora.
No. Gilberto Mora, I think he's 17 playing at the Mexican League. I don't know if he will come to Europe or not.
They should put Gilberto Mora in the Golden Boy list.
Yeah,
next
they
year.
should put next year. But I don't know because he's playing in the Mexican League and I don't know if they saw the games and I don't know. But he deserved.
They'll see in the World Cup.
But two players, we will see. I'm very curious to see Gilberto Mora in the World Cup.
He's going to ball out.
But two players that I am 100% sure that will be in the list is Canuzun from Eintracht Frankfurt and Seni Mayulu from PSG. The impact that he has this year in this team, I didn't expect that.
True.
I didn't expect that. I think he's a brilliant player, brilliant talent, but I didn't expect that Luis Enrique trusts this much in Seni Mayulu, and he's scoring goals. He has an impact in the team. Very good start of season, and I think he will be in the Golden Boy list next season.
It makes a lot of sense to mention.
For sure.
And Canuzun this season, if you're not watching Frankfurt, Canuzun is arguably one of the best Wonderkids in the Bundesliga.
Yeah,
He's massively important for Frankfurt. And to be honest with you, next World Cup, I expect to see, if Turkey qualifies, Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler, and Canuzun all playing together, if it's possible.
And the same, talking about Eintracht, the same story all over again. The strikers, Ekitike sold for 19.5 million. Now they are asking more than 80 million for Canuzun, and I think they will sold Canuzun by this type of.
And Hugo
values.
Larsson, also
Hugo
a very
Larsson,
important player and one
Larsson
of the
is a
best young players in
midfielder,
the Bundesliga too. Yes,
Yeah.
Frankfurt is definitely a team to watch, and completely makes sense for me to say here in the next segment, a team that you could play in Football Manager, okay? Because Frankfurt trusts the youth, even Brown, okay? A very good wingback that people need to know. Premier League teams are already on top of him. Very good talent also, but yes, Football Manager is coming out, and FC Wonderkid podcast, we're proud to say that we're the best podcast talking about young players. So we're going to be talking about teams, young players, things that you must know if you're recruiting players in Football Manager next season. And we're very excited. Beta, I think, is going to be coming out this next week or the following week. So now is the segment of talking about things you must know before you play Football Manager, Wonderkids edition. So I'm very excited to talk about this with you, Philippe. Want to start where? Strasbourg? Where would you like to start?
Let's travel to the Scandinavia, I think, first.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have here four players, four names.
Yes.
One is Matthias Siltanen from Djurgården, Finnish midfielder. And I think I have two players here that are very similar to Lucas Bergvall, the way they play. Matthias Siltanen is a very can play like a number 6 or number 8. He's very aggressive, very good technically, and I think he will go to Europe soon. I have also another midfielder that is similar to Lucas Bergvall, Axel Bronner, also from he's Swedish, also from the Swedish league. And it's number 8 that can play also as a number 10, playmaker, a good decision making in the midfield, and very intelligent. And I have Jonathan Asp Jensen that came from Bayern Munich Youth Academy and is now at Grasshoppers.
Yes.
And is taking the Swiss Super League by storm, bro. 4 goals, 3 assists in 7 games, and he's playing as a winger, but he can play also as a number 10. And very good shot creator, good playmaker, very good playing between the lines. You have to watch him, and these are three players that you must buy in Football Manager.
Going to be bargains.
Sure. They're going to be bargains. Yeah.
And interesting. And if they're not good on Football Manager, we got to point fingers because we think they can 100% be very good and profitable for your teams if you do sell them with the performances. I want to give a shout out to Tottenham to start here because Tottenham might be one of the best saves you can do in Football Manager next season because Tottenham can win the Premier League 100% on Football Manager. And maybe in real life in the next 3-4 years, because in terms of talents, boy, oh boy, they have a lot. If we count a Lucas Bergvall, a Xavi Simons, a Vuskovic is one of the best young centre-backs in the world, Lucas Williams-Barnett, hopefully he's an elite talent, deservingly so. Xavi Simons is now at Tottenham and one of the best young talents in the Prem. He's going to be insane also on Football Manager. And I cannot forget an Archie Gray that can play at fullback, can play in midfield, can solve so many solutions in a game like Football Manager. So boys, win the Premier League with Tottenham on Football Manager. Sure. Make it happen. But yes, wanted to mention other players. I like those types of names. Maybe I'm going to go with elite names, not named Lamine Yamal, that you can sign at Football Manager, but it's going to be expensive a bit, okay? I just want to give that heads up.
Okay.
If you can get Nico Paz before he goes to Real Madrid, please do get Nico Paz on Football Manager because it's a 10 million buyback clause. We can mention that now. Yeah, it makes sense too.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, every week that passes by, we get more of a guarantee that Real Madrid have to make the choice of acquiring Nico Paz for 10 million. I said to you last week, and I don't regret it, I would pick Nico Paz ahead of Arda Güler. And if we did, Nico Paz or Kenan Yildiz right now, I would have to go with Nico Paz. He's massively important for Como. Nico Paz and Kenan Yildiz, they got the same points in the league.
Yeah.
And Juventus is a better team than Como, at least in terms of paper, because in terms of positive football and the way they play, that's a different story. But long story short, Nico Paz, generational talent, and one of the must names that you must know for Football Manager. And for next season, Real has to get him, right?
Yes. Real has to get him. And I think when we start this season of the FC Wonderkid, we were asking, can Nico Paz be part of the squad of Real Madrid? Now I think the question is, can Nico Paz start for the Real Madrid next season?
100% Nico Paz can start. He should start.
Maybe
he should start.
I don't pick Nico Paz ahead of Arda Güler. I don't think.
And ahead of Kenan Yildiz, you do.
Yeah.
But why don't you pick Nico Paz ahead of Arda Güler? Because for me, in terms of creation and in terms of shots, I could see Nico Paz creating a lot more than Arda Güler.
I think Nico
and
Paz.
And free kicks? Who's better?
Nico Paz, yeah. I think Nico Paz shots he has a better shooting than Arda Güler.
In creation,
but I think in creation Arda Güler is better.
I don't agree. I think he plays in more positions, but if you put both at the 10, proper 10, I pick Nico Paz. I think he's a better 10.
And you the way Xabi Alonso plays, also Real Madrid doesn't make a lot of offensive transitions,
Yes.
you know, and Nico Paz is very good in putting balls in these transitions. And Arda Güler, I think, is best when in the type of attack like positional football and finds the space where no one can find the space for Mbappe finishing. And I think it's Arda Güler is better.
Three phenomenal talents: Nico Paz, Arda Güler, and Franco Mastatuono. But the more time passes, the best out of the three currently is Nico Paz. Franco Mastatuono has the most potential. I would put Nico Paz first, second Franco Mastatuono, and Arda Güler. I'm sorry, I understand in terms of the talent, the potential, a lot of things. But the confidence, the creation, the decision-making of Nico Paz, for me, is better than Arda Güler currently. I really think that.
Alex, do you know who's the player that created the most chances in the Big Five league so far?
Is it Arda Güler?
Yeah.
So I could be wrong.
I think it's very difficult to say. You are wrong. I'm wrong. We don't know what's going to happen.
I think time
it's
will
very
tell.
hard. It's very hard.
I think time will tell.
The context also it's different. Arda Güler is playing for Real Madrid, Nico Paz for Como. Maybe Como depends a lot more of Nico Paz than Real Madrid depends on Arda Güler, and this also has a wave here. And I think
importance too. I think the way they play. I think Real Madrid plays in a way that would make inevitably Arda Güler be the person with most creation. If we were to see Xabi Alonso in the last seasons, you'd have Wirtz on top. You have Grimaldo would be a fullback, and he would be highly involved in the creation. I think that's more of a consequence of the manager than the player itself. He has to play that way. If he doesn't, Nico Paz is going to be a guarantee there. I really believe that it's going to be inevitably the right decision for Nico Paz to start next to Franco Mastatuono. And for Real Madrid, how is Real Madrid going to stop Barca? Barca is Spain. The way they play, the culture, it's Spain. Argentina, in Real Madrid, they might be associated in a good way with Nico Paz and Franco Mastatuono, a dynamic that can grow with the national team and with Real Madrid. I really think that's the kryptonite to go and face in the future Barcelona, that's going to be highly influenced with the Spanish national team.
Scaloni, the Argentinian head coach, said that they are working for Mastatuono and Nico Paz play together.
Exactly.
And he said that this could happen and it's possible.
And Real Madrid not using that, I think it's a very incorrect decision. So I understand what you said about the fact of Arda Güler being involved in as much creation, but inevitably, I think that decision will be more on my side. But let us know. This is interesting because if you're listening to this, put in the comment section, and we know that you're listening, Nico Paz, Arda Güler, or Nico Paz, Kenan Yildiz. Say who is the best out of the three.
But Alex, let me say one more thing. This type of competition is great for these three players.
Exactly.
Because, of course, Arda Güler watches the Serie A games. He's watching. He knows what Nico Paz is doing in Serie A. And he is also a very intelligent player. So he knows, okay, I have to score goals. I have to create chances because this guy can be here next season.
He will.
And I have to show the world that I'm best. I'm the better player than him. So I think this type of competition is great for them because they will. I don't know how many goal contributions do you think Nico Paz will get in Serie A this season?
Definitely more than 20 goal contributions. If he's got 8 right now, 4 goals, 4 assists, and we're just getting started and we're in October, that's and La Fábrica deserves big credit for Nico Paz and Kenan.
Thank you, La Fábrica. Thank you.
Stuttgart is a must-watch for any person that loves football currently with this midfield. That we warned you, Angelo Stiller, Kenan and Bilal Kanous, we warned you that it would be one of the most exciting midfielders in the world, definitely of young players. If you love Wonderkids and you do not know this midfield, please go and check it out. And obviously, Angelo Stiller is so good. How is he still at Stuttgart? That's a whole different conversation.
Yesterday, again, Angelo Stiller, masterclass. Kenan masterclass. Bilal Kanous, masterclass. One number 6, one number 8, one number 10. My favorite midfield in Europe right now.
Not the Strasbourg one? I don't know, mate. But talking here,
know.
Chelsea next season, boy, oh boy, look at these signings that they're going to have. Guaranteed, Mike Penders can be there. Guaranteed, Mamadou Sarr is a bold center back that, look, he can get that move. He deserves it. Diego Moreira, defensive winger, and Giovanni Kinda. Two insane players that are going to be in this Chelsea team next season. Chelsea, on paper, no doubt is going to be the best team of young players in the world. And I didn't even mention Emega, okay? That is a great player that is very interesting. And I want to say something. This is... obviously, it's a bit biased because seeing Chelsea and Strasbourg, obviously, I'm happy for the Wonderkids and seeing the development of these players playing in the French league. Great context for these players. But they're very criticized by their fan base. Their fan base is very critical of Strasbourg, saying the culture is not there, this, that, and the other thing. We're helping Chelsea develop. But my counter argument to those fans is Panicelli better than Emega? He is. Is Mike Penders better than Petrovic? He is. And is Enciso better than Bakwa? He is. So each summer, we're seeing a better team at Strasbourg. So Strasbourg fans, believe with the Blue Co, you might win Ligue 1. Because I see that game against Chelsea, 3-3. That gives a guarantee.
PSG.
Against PSG.
Yeah.
That gives a guarantee to the fans that that level of intensity in such a short period of time, it's already there. So respect what is happening at Strasbourg. And again, each summer, the team's better since Bluco has arrived. So you'd love to play with them on Football Manager, right?
Yeah.
You will.
I will for sure. And one player and I have to talk about this guy because what he did against PSG, what a performance. I don't know if you guys see the heat map of Valentin Barco against PSG. This man was all over the pitch. Assists. He doesn't fail a pass. He is also in the right place.
True.
Aggressive tackles. Bro, crucial player. And he was a left back and he's playing in the midfield.
True.
Crucial player for this Strasbourg. And also, again, it's that type of player that the consistency is there.
Completely.
Every time he plays, he delivers a top performance.
True.
Every time. So I think he's one of the best players of Strasbourg this season. A crucial player and he's only 21 years old. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a player that will end in Chelsea.
What's so impressive about Valentin Barco is the short period of time that he's changed position and the level of football that he's playing. He's one of the best players in Liga with these types of performances. So very well mentioned, Valentin Barco. You said elite passer, very intense player like João Neves, aggressive in a lot of moments. And yes, what a player that you guys must know, obviously, on Football Manager. Players that I would sign on Football Manager if I'm in a mid-European team that wants to beat the top teams. I get a Caretzes of Genk and Álvaro Montoro from Botafogo. Very interesting price. Yeah. If you can get Gilberto Mora of Tijuana, if FM does the right job, he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the world, okay? Justin Lerma, Independente del Val. If we know Independente del Val Wonderkid, you know he's going to be a baller. Like Caicedo, like Kendry Paez.
But Justin Lerma is going to Borussia Dortmund.
Ooh, so maybe it's not too good.
Maybe it's more difficult.
But Mozakitic of Olympiacos, also a very good player that you must know. Francesco Camarda, that is no longer at AC Milan. You can sign an elite striker at Lecce. Santiago Castro also. What a young player of Bologna that we mentioned a couple of podcasts ago. This is a very interesting game that a lot of these players you must know. And under 18 talents to sign on Football Manager. Shine Mueca that destroyed Benfica in the Youth League. Benfica have also Rafael Quintas, Daniel Banjaki, the Nuno Mendes at the right. If you do not know Banjaki, please look him up. What a talent. Mikael Broansen, that you told me about him, and you must know from Bodo Glimt. And Jordi Mokio of Ajax didn't impress me against AZ Alkmaar, but Ajax is not impressing anyone, okay? And you also gave me the shout out to this player, and he's incredibly talented, Lucas Williams-Barnett of Tottenham, that has high potential, that on Football Manager, he should be very interesting to sign to.
Yeah, for sure. And I have to say, we talk about two players from Benfica. I have to talk about one player from Sporting and another from Porto.
Bernardo Lima?
Bernardo Lima from
I
Porto.
knew you were going to mention Bernardo Lima.
Bernardo Lima, very good midfielder. I love him. I think he has a bright future ahead. And Flávio Gonçalves from Sporting,
good
top
player.
winger, 18 years old, also scoring goals in the second Portuguese division. And I think he will be in the first team of Sporting soon.
So Banjaki, Rafael Quintas,
Bernardo Lima.
I like Bernardo Lima. Very, very good IQ. Good IQ. Very good positioning. Very good awareness.
The tempo of the game.
I like him a lot. If you do not know Bernardo Lima, that's a very good name that we can be confident that we can see him in the first team, maybe in a Taça de Portugal, getting some minutes because, yes, in terms of talent, he has it. I think he's in the Guardian list.
Yeah. I was saying that. Yeah. That he's in the Guardian list. Yeah, the Guardian list.
Also, Ryan of Brasileirão, we have mentioned in the past. We watch Brasileirão. Ryan is one of the best young talents in South America currently. He's got 10 goals and 1 assist in 26 games in the Brasileirão. And look, we see Estevão now being so important for Brazil. He was in Palmeiras last season. Expect Ryan to be soon in the Brazilian national team if he makes the right decision and he goes to Futebol Clube do Porto, okay? Ryan, go to Futebol Clube do Porto. You reminiscing a bit of Hulk in you. So if Porto gets Ryan, Porto wins the league.
Maybe.
And a midfielder. But this is a whole different conversation.
But he will be expensive. Right now, it's going to be expensive.
30 million.
10 goals in Brasileirão.
30 million. I think you can sign. Andre Santos left Vasco da Gama for 15-20, right?
Yeah, but Andre Santos was not with this type of impact at Vasco da Gama.
But I remember seeing good games of Andre Santos at Vasco da Gama.
Ryan is the top goal scorer of Vasco da Gama.
I agree. Special talent.
Yes, special. So I think it will be expensive. But I hope Porto can bring him to the Portuguese League.
And this is the list I wanted to say. Elite talents, not Lamine Yamal, for Football Manager that you must know. Rodrigo Mora, Giovanni Kenda, Portuguese bias a bit there. Leonard Carl of Bayern Munich, insane talent. Guilherme Restes, that you said, best under-21 goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
I go Mike Penders. But Restes is in Toulouse, incredibly good to sign, okay.
Yeah.
Malik Fofana of Lyon, incredibly gifted winger. He must be world-class in 2-3 seasons in the game. Yes. Franco Mastatuono, if you can get him out of Real Madrid, you make that happen. And also a Scalvini of Atalanta that for sure you can get a player of Atalanta in 2-3 seasons.
Scalvini is a player that he should already be at a higher level because of the injuries that delayed his development.
True. And Samu of Futebol Clube do Porto must be a very good striker to sign. If you're in a Premier League team that needs a top player and you can't sign others, it would be very difficult. Don't think just because of this Victor Gyökeres form that the Portuguese league doesn't have good quality talents, because City knows how to sign players in the Portuguese league, and also PSG, because they sign players for the right system and the right style of play.
And do you remember when we talked about Victor Gyökeres going to Arsenal?
Yes,
what
the style
I said
of play.
about this, he does not fit the style of play. Sorry. Because Victor Gyökeres, do you see 80% of the goals that he scored at Sporting last season was offensive transitions. Mm-hmm. Because he is very fast, and right now with this type of positional football of Arsenal, it's very difficult for him.
True. He doesn't have the space to attack behind the center backs. The team doesn't play for the strengths of Victor Gyökeres like a Man United would play if we were to sign. But one thing, you did warn me, and I want to give this special moment to this player. He's been at Chelsea since the age of 8 years old. Josh Ashapong. That was the first player you said to me, Alex, you must respect this player. He's a future legend for Chelsea if everything goes right. Scoring this goal, what a moment for Josh, right?
Yeah, and wasn't just a goal. It is all performance. He was solid. He was the best player on this defense.
James.
Please start him. Maresca, please start Josh Achampong. Please. He deserves it. And I think he doesn't start because of his age. Because every time, again, he played for Chelsea, he's solid like a rock.
And Coben, look, Levi Colville, Josh Achampong, Reece James. There's a pattern there. Yeah. Trust Coben.
Yeah, for sure. Coben is one of the best young youth academies in the world. Bro.
The best academy in England, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Josh Achampong has to be a regular starter at Chelsea.
And I wanted to mention this because in the past we were quite critical of this player. But Reece James, fully fit, top 5 right backs in the world, if not top 3 easily. And he is a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold when he's fully fit. As a right back, defensively, completely, I really believe that's the case. Yeah. I just wanted to mention that.
Maybe, and he's a leader of this team.
And I think Tuchel will call up Reece James if he's on form. Okay, don't forget that Champions League.
I hope he finds a very long time without injuries because I think it's important for him to stay at the highest level.
And I wanted to mention here at the ending parts of the podcast, I wanted to mention this player. It's a bit pushing it, but he's being very criticized, in my opinion, Cristiano Ronaldo, because I see the Portuguese national team, the way they play, what's happening in his career. I gotta believe that we can win a World Cup, man. I really get this feeling, and Cristiano Ronaldo is the consequence of what he does and how he acts. Is having such a good effect on João Felix, as we can see currently. João Neves is the level of player that he is because of a Cristiano Ronaldo. And let's be honest, Nuno Mendes is the best fullback to play with Cristiano Ronaldo since Marcelo. Undoubtedly, yes.
Better than Marcelo. Bro, I don't think it's even bold. I don't think it's even bold.
I think Nuno Mendes
he's better than the prime Marcelo, bro.
I think Nuno Mendes can become the best left back in the world. I really think that can happen. He's the player that under 23 that has the most trophies ever, 14. He's a special player. He's played with Lionel Messi, Neymar, Kylian Mbappé, and he's a legend of PSG. But to say better than Marcelo currently,
Nuno Mendes is better than prime Marcelo.
Do you think he can become better than Roberto Carlos one day?
Yes, he will.
And Cristiano Ronaldo is impactful for this to happen. He learns from Cristiano Ronaldo in a lot of things that he does.
And Nuno Mendes is, I think, it's the most influent player of the Portuguese national team right now.
I agree.
And he's a left back.
And we saw the game against Spain. The assist happens because of Nuno Mendes destroying Lamine Yamal one-on-one.
Yes. Nations League, who was the MVP?
Nuno Mendes.
The amount of goal involvements in this Portuguese national team, it's insane. He's a left back.
Exactly.
He's a left back. Assists goals, it's not normal.
Cristiano Ronaldo, no tattoos, no drugs, no negativity, discipline. Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo with the level of talent that Neymar has. It would be elite. Cristiano Ronaldo is an inspiration for what he does. Discipline above everything. And I love the post that he did. Success is not an accident, he mentioned in the last post. So I really wanted to defend Cristiano Ronaldo here in a moment of the podcast, because here at FC Wonderkids, talking about me especially, and I think you, growing up, Cristiano Ronaldo, week in, week out, and Lionel Messi, they made it seem normal. And inspired so many players that we now see that are impactful, like a Lamine Yamal, like a Estevão. They were all influenced by these types of levels by Cristiano Ronaldo. So yes, and I love to see the link of speed with Al Nassr. Cristiano Ronaldo
Very
teaching
funny.
speed, how to make that happen. Beautiful to see those types of moments.
Great.
And I like that football is becoming a global game. And this is a fact. Saudi League currently is top 10 leagues in the world. Top 10. Okay, I think that with the level of games that I see in Al Ittihad, Al Nassr, and the players that are there, I see Al Nassr, Ronaldo, Sadio Mane, Brozovic, João Felix. Al Nassr could be, Al Hilal beat Man City in the FIFA Club World Cup. I know.
It's a very different context.
But the level of football and the players that are there have a lot of quality. Like a Marcos Leonardo at Al Hilal could return to Europe and score 20 goals in each league.
Yes, but the problem is the league, these teams have 4 or 5 players that are world class. And then have players that let's be honest, are mid.
Yes.
Let's be honest. And some of the teams that are in the league doesn't even have this type of talents in the squad.
But the level of managers too, I see it improving step by step. And even an Al Ali, Matthias Janssen, how old is he? He's such a good young manager. Yeah. He's played more games for Al Ali as a manager than when he was at Red Bull Salzburg. So little by little, I see the influences happening. And let's wait and see. But all happens with Cristiano Ronaldo going there first. So I just wanted to give this special moment to Ronaldo because I think he deserves the special shout-outs. So now, in Football Manager, any last mentions that you want to say that are must signings?
We talked about Michael Brohansen, Jonathan Asp Jensen, Axel Bronner, Luka Vuskovic, Matias Siltanen, Gilberto Mora, Daniel Banjaki, Rafael Quintas.
Yes. I wanted to ask you this. Yes, I saw my notes. Sorry. Gilberto Mora, where is he going next?
I think Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Real Madrid need to make it happen because if Gilberto Mora goes to Barcelona next to a Pedri and a Marc Bernal, the fluidity of this midfield is absolutely insane. Yeah. And Gilberto Mora, we know, can score goals and offensively be a big influence. Pedri, in 2025, in 25 La Liga matches, 14 man of the matches. Mr. Consistency. If Gilberto Mora is also there, Barcelona is going to be cooking in the next 10 years, no doubt.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid needs to get Gilberto
But I think Gilberto Mora, I hope he goes to Barcelona. Because
I would like to see a
his style of
Portuguese
play
league.
Would fit.
No chance. We can see Gilberto Mora going to Eredivisie, Bundesliga or Portuguese league.
Yeah, maybe it could happen. Because I think these leagues are a top. It's a stepstone for getting to the La Liga or Premier League, and I think it's important for this type of players get to these leagues first and then go to La Liga and Premier League.
I would love if Futebol Clube do Porto gets Gilberto Mora and play with Rodrigo Mora at the same time.
Victor Froho, Gilberto Mora and Rodrigo Mora.
That would be insane, and the quality of talents that we would see at Futebol Clube do Porto if that were to happen.
I would watch every game.
We already do.
Yeah.
We gotta watch these types of talents. If this were to happen, William Gomes is already there. Ryan, my days. I think Futebol Clube do Porto is gonna sign every young talent now, getting Victor Froho afterwards. And my other question is, and who? I'm already laughing. This is gonna be an interesting one. Is Kenan Yıldız gonna stay at Juventus or is he gonna leave?
I think it's very difficult for him to leave Juventus because Juventus will ask
with the quality of football that Juventus
will ask
is
for
playing.
A lot of money.
And who can pay?
How much?
How many teams can pay what Juventus needs to ask? Is asking for Kenan Yıldız in the Premier League? I think 6.
Premier League,
all of them.
All of them.
So by what you said now, so you think Juventus is going to keep Kenan Yıldız?
Yeah. I think it will keep.
I don't think Juventus is going to make that happen because we've seen Dean Huijsen leave. We've seen Matthias Soler leave. We've seen shambolic decisions by the Juventus board. I think it will be another shambolic decision letting Kenan Yıldız leave for less than 80 million. For less. If it's like 60, 70 million, I think it's already a bad decision. I think Chelsea is going to be on top of him. I think even a team like Tottenham should be considering a Kenan Yıldız with all these young talents they already have there. Imagine if you put Kenan Yıldız cooking next to Kudus and Xavi Simons. My point is, I think Juventus are going to make another regrettable decision.
Do you think that they
I'm very pessimistic of Juventus,
bro,
mate. I'm very pessimistic.
So dumb like this, bro.
Dean Huijsen wasn't dumb.
Yeah.
And then you get Lloyd Kelly of Bournemouth, same team.
This is
for 16 million.
But this
one
level...
more million than what they sold Dean Huijsen.
Yeah.
That was very dumb.
And the deal of Alberto Costa with João Mário, I think
Alberto Costa,
Porto
elite right back.
Cooked Juventus. I don't, bro.
I didn't even mention that.
I saw Fabrizio putting a post that Porto made a proposal like this, and I think Juventus is not that dumb to accept this, and they accepted.
They made it happen.
They accepted, and I was like, who is the guy who is behind these decisions?
Giantoli,
bro.
I was warned about him. I thought he was really good because
put
of Napoli.
A normal citizen on the charge.
He doesn't like young players, Giantoli. Unfortunately, he always does these decisions. And we were warned by De Laurentiis. Thank you, Luca, JFTV. He told me a lot about this. He said Giantoli is known for not... is known for not getting along with De Laurentiis. And De Laurentiis said, I made all the decisions for Napoli to be the best. Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen, Min-Jae Kim, I was the one, me and my son. Giantoli, na. Giantoli goes to Juventus, and now I totally understand Mr. De Laurentiis, because look at the success that Napoli is having, winning the league, signing a Scott McTominay, all without the sporting director that's did the decisions for Napoli to be at the top.
And we are watching the results of that type of decisions.
So you still think Kenan Yildiz will stay because you trust
Maybe
the board of Juventus.
They sold him for 20 mil.
That would be oy. And the other question, because Chelsea fans, they love to see us, and we love you also, Chelsea fans, because you love Wonderkids. Wanted to ask you, Chelsea next season with Diego Moreira, Malo Gusto, Giovanni Kenda, who are going to be the wingbacks? They should put Diego Moreira and Giovanni Kenda.
Do you think? And
I would love that
and
to
Reece
happen.
James
At right center back.
Right center back. So Josh Ashampong.
If they can make that happen. I know they play with four at the back currently, okay? But I really wanted to mention the possibility of Diego Moreira and Giovanni Kenda being completely explosive in Premier League football.
I think Diego Moreira is ready.
Completely
I watch his games. He's ready.
When he was at Benfica playing at the winger, he was the best player on the team that he played. He had that arrogance and confidence.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he's representing Belgium shows I should play top football as fast as possible. And even the decision to go to Chelsea, a lot of people criticized Diego Moreira, saying this is the wrong decision. This guy is not going to play. He knew. He knew Strasbourg project was going to be as good as they are. And that was a great decision in his career, right?
Yeah. It was a good decision. And I was one of the people that criticized this move. Because
we didn't know Strasbourg existed like this.
I didn't know that this could happen. Yeah, and
what we're seeing is historical at Strasbourg. A team with an average age of 21 or 20 starts.
Third place in the Liga.
And more than 25 young talents in that team. Yeah. It's full of young talents. And we didn't even mention Lucas Augsburg in this podcast that I love.
Yeah, and I have to get a shout out to Liam Rosenior that is making a great job at Strasbourg, and his assistant coach that came to Strasbourg, a Portuguese assistant coach that is Felipe Coelho, that I know how he works, and I think he's a brilliant manager, and then I think he is also responsible for these results of Strasbourg, because you could see that Strasbourg last season, great season, but this season they are better.
I agree, and they signed better players.
Players.
Penders is better than Petrovic with the ball distribution. I think Panicelli is better than Emega. I think Valentin Barco playing, and he knows the system since the start of the season, is game-changing for this team. And obviously now Diego Moreira has another season under his belt, and there's more confidence and experience in this team. Yeah. When they play PSG now, they're like, we know what you got. Now, you don't know what we got. Strasbourg is like, you don't know what we got. We got Lucas Augsburg now. We got Mike Binders now. We got Panicelli that can score goals. We're the team to watch. And Luis Enrique, with both statements, he usually does, and I love Luis Enrique, one of the best managers I've ever seen in football. He said Strasbourg is the best team in Liga. And if the PSG manager is saying that, he respects the project and acknowledges that history is happening at Strasbourg. Blueco is going bold. And if Strasbourg wins Liga, it's because of them, okay? Yeah. And I think we're talking about a team that is going to be established themselves as one of the best teams in the world in 5 to 10 years if all goes to success like they want.
And
PSG needs this, mate. PSG needs competition in Liga. Paris FC is going to be a staple name in the next few years. Strasbourg is a staple name because we know Wonderkids. Monaco needs to improve. Lyon needs to improve. Marseille with De Zerbi is playing great football. PSG needs competition if the French league is going to surpass the Bundesliga. Yeah. That in terms of talent, they can do that.
Yeah,
they can do that.
For sure. I agree. And I think the Liga is growing, and I'm loving to see it. And
even Stade Rennes, I'm not mentioning here, that had a duel last season. Jeremy Jacquet, what a fullback. Also in Football Manager, he's going to be insane.
Center back.
But can play also a fullback.
Okay. But I think he's a brilliant ball-playing center back. And Jeremy Jacquet, Kader Meite, also striker from Stade Rennes. A great
Robinho at Marseille, interesting talent, learning off Aubameyang.
Yeah,
Getting that knowledge.
So Liga is growing, and let me talk also about Panicelli, because his performance against PSG,
Makes
two
sense.
goals, he made me remember of Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
He has a lot of mobility and hold-up play like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Last 6 games, 6 goals, and he's the top goal scorer of League.
Yeah.
I gotta respect that decision by Strasbourg.
Yeah. Top recruitment. He was at La Liga 2 last season with Mirandés, scored like 20 goals.
True. And 20 million for a player like him is a bargain. He's still an under 23 player. And there was like a Luis Suarez that is now at Sporting, was also a good signing. A lot of second La Liga, second division of Spain, has a lot of talented players that is you should watch out.
Yeah.
Carlos Alvarez last season at Levante was very interesting to watch. And even a Darwin Núñez. Before he went to Benfica, he was a very good striker at Almeria.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And Jeremiah Hernandez as well from Deportivo. David Mela from Deportivo as well.
Like him also.
La Liga 2 has brilliant young players to watch. And Alex, I want to change the subject a little bit, just to talk about an amazing performance that in the Premier League this weekend. That was Eli Junior Krupi from Bournemouth.
The best match yesterday.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. These two teams are playing in a way that they could beat any top 6.
100%. And the managers, Glasner and Iraola, top 5 managers in the Premier League this season.
Top.
And Bournemouth sells Zabarni for 55 million, Otara for 42 million pounds, Huijsen for 52 million, Kerkez for 40 million. Semenyo is in the form of his life. Bournemouth is making history with Iraola that is so underrated. If I'm a top team, I'm thinking about Iraola. It's so obvious for the way he plays and the experience and how he trusts the best players off the team. And Julio Soler, the captain of Argentina in the Under-20 World Cup.
The future captain of the senior Argentinian
very aggressive
national
player.
team.
And Bournemouth have Truffert and Julio Soler. Elite left backs when Kerkez leaves. So this level of recruitment, I like how you're mentioning. Because Kupri... I knew about him, but scoring 2 goals in this game, that is game-changing.
Game-changing. And I think, let's see what he can do in the rest of the Premier League. But his impact yesterday was insane and was a key player for the Bournemouth team yesterday.
I'd say Daniel Munoz, also of Crystal Palace, the best right wing-back attacking, no doubt, in the Premier League.
Maybe.
If I'm Manchester United with the way they play, get Munoz and get Adam Wharton.
He would fit perfect.
Get both.
Perfect.
Adam Wharton, Munoz, Elliot Anderson. These 3 players would make Man United be a top team in the Ruben Amorim system, no doubt. Ugarte, I don't recognize him the way he's playing. Diogo Dalot, I respect him, but he's not the same level as the right wing back Daniel Munoz. Make it happen, Man United, to become great again.
Yeah, for sure.
We did say that we're going to mention briefly the Under-20 World Cup. You were right, mates. Maybe Argentina's going to win.
It's tonight.
When you see the podcast, the result is going to be out. So, what are the takeaways from the Under-20 World Cup that you'd like to say here to the listeners?
So,
Gilberto Mora,
generational talent. And this Mexican national team, it's a great team. That's why Sporting is already tracking
Obeg Vargas of Seattle Sounders.
Elias Montiel is also being tracked for Bundesliga clubs and some of Premier League clubs. Gilberto Mora, Leverkusen, yeah. Gilberto Mora, of course, all the world wants Gilberto Mora. But I said last weekend that Argentina will win against Mexico because it happened because this Argentina team has a lot of top talents. Maher Carrizo, Gianluca Prestiani, that went to the World Cup after some games before the international break at Benfica, went to the World Cup and 2 Man of the Match awards.
He has to play more for Benfica, Prestiani. Yeah.
Instant impact in this national team. Also, Julio Soler, very well mentioned when we talked about Bournemouth. It's the captain of the team.
Less than 10 million.
Top recruitment from Bournemouth, top recruitment.
We see this World Cup, Argentina winning the Under-20 World Cup. This just reminds us that Lionel Messi is going to leave one day this Argentinian national team, but rest assured, the future of Argentina is secured with these types of players that are in the Under-20 World Cup, like Acarriço, Aprecian, and Jules Soler. But you also have Nico Paz that is balling out at Como. You have Franco Mastatuono, one of the leaders of Real Madrid. You got so many quality young Argentinian players. Valentin Barco, that we could see be monumentally important for this national team. Adnan Selmino, great center back at Dortmund. Argentina's future is assured with these types of talents, and the development of the Argentinian talents must be done the right way, because the amount of talents that we're seeing, it doesn't happen just for the sake of coincidence.
And let me tell you this, Alex. I think in the future, Argentina will get top center backs, better center backs than now. I think Arana Selmino and Tobias Palacios, that is playing also in this Under-20 World Cup, they will be in the Argentinian national team, and they are special talents. Different center backs. Arana Selmino is more like a ball-playing center back, very good finding spaces between the lines.
Duels. And the tackles that man does. Yeah. So you can see he's Argentinian by those tackles.
Yeah. But Tobias Palacios, it's a beast. He's aggressive. Bro, the strikers have fear of him, bro.
So he's Argentinian just by that description. And another national team we must mention here, Morocco, man. Morocco's generation is inspiring everyone, and the development is insane. Last year, they ended third in the Olympics. 2022, they became the first African team to reach the semifinals of a World Cup. Now, they're in the final of the Under-20 World Cup, and there's a lot of talents that you must know. So Morocco, keep going bold, because, yes, hopefully not against Portugal again, but keep going bold.
No, very good. This young generation of Morocco. At the Under-20 World Cup, we have Zabiri and
Gessim, right?
Dunkirk, yeah. He's already scoring a lot of goals at Dunkirk.
Sign him up.
Yeah.
Sign him up.
I don't know. I think it will be a bargain. Yeah, one player to sign at Football Manager if you want.
yes, that'll be interesting.
But right now we have Elis Ben Seguir, Bilal El Kanous. A lot of Moroccan.
Now Brahim Diaz, that's now going to be in the World Cup that he wasn't in the previous one.
I think the Moroccan Federation has a big role here, because they are getting some.
And Walid Regragui, the coach.
A long time ago, some of the players from Morocco went to some of the European national teams, France. And you see the case of Ibrahim Habash that played for England, and Morocco said, no. You will play for us.
I really think Walid Regragui represents the culture of Morocco and manages to convince Ben Seguir and also Ibrahim Habash, like you're saying, because he says, you're representing Morocco in Europe. You are making history for us in Europe. Bilal El Kanous at Genk, at Stuttgart, also at Leicester when he was there, you always saw the difference that he had, the mentality, the ruthlessness, the aggressiveness, and that's because he's Moroccan. You respects that, and that's very well said, man. Yeah. Very well said. That now they're convincing players that would say no. But Brahim Diaz, I think, is the biggest example. Because representing Spain, that could be completely realistic for a player at this level at Real Madrid.
And I think it's why they are so good. They have so many young talents balling in the under 17 teams.
And the leader, Hakimi, the best player in his position in the world, and underrated goalkeeper that we're going to be reminded once again that he's one of the best in the world, Bono.
Yeah.
Bono. Al Hilal made that happen fast after that World Cup. They were like, no, you're coming to the Saudi League.
yeah, for sure. And I think Morocco has the right conditions to get far in the next World Cup. I think.
I just hope they don't face us. I just hope Portugal in the next World Cup. I hope we don't face Morocco like we did in the past, and I hope we don't face Japan. Japan is carrying me to. Spain is the favorite next to Argentina. But I can be arrogant enough to say I think Portugal against Argentina or Spain in the knockouts of the World Cup, I'm confident that we can win that match.
Ronaldo against Messi in the final to finish.
More than 1,000 goals scored. Cristiano Ronaldo, best player of all time. Mate, the more I see football, the more I have to I saw a TikTok about this, and
I disagree. I prefer Messi. By the way,
it got me questioning life. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo has inspired me more than people that I've known for years closely. Like the impact that he's had in our lives, even me now physically. I'm inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo, trying to improve myself because he makes right decisions. Work, right decisions. We're workaholics, mate. You work like mad. I work like mad. We both love each other for that. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo represents that, and he's an ambassador for our country of Portugal. So that's why I'm just so embracive in terms of these types of conversations. In the World Cup, I think the Portuguese group are the touch. The moments, we're not playing the best football like we saw against Hungary, but I believe that Portugal against Spain, one-on-one, the Portuguese national team, Vitinha, Nunes, João Neves, António Silva, Gonçalo Inácio, whoever plays at center back, Diogo Costa, one of the best young keepers in the world, that is disrespected just because he's at Futebol Clube do Porto. I believe this group can beat any national team in the world.
And Francisco Trincão, because Francisco
he won't start,
Trincão,
unfortunately. I think he should start.
He should start.
I agree.
He should start. Francisco Trincão.
But Bernardo Silva's got that spot, man. But I think so. In terms of form, right winger Francisco Trincão is better than Bernardo Silva.
On the wing, Francisco Trincão is way better than Bernardo Silva.
He came on, he made the difference straight away against Ireland. Against Denmark, we were together, we were like shook. Trincão has to play more. And both in Stadio Zelva. If you're not watching Francisco Trincão this season, please make sure you are, because he can be considered underrated in the global sense of football.
Because here in Portugal, we know how good he is, and in my opinion, he's the best player of the Portuguese league. In my opinion, right now.
I think Froholt is also... It's a close one.
I know
it's
it's
a close one.
Fan.
I am a huge
I agree.
fan.
Froholt is having a
and even
brutal
Diogo
season.
Costa, for his position, I think he's one of the leading best goalkeepers in the world. I think that is also a status that Trincão, is he one of the leading right wingers in the world? I'm still a bit iffy, but that's an interesting conversation. Definitely top two or top three. Yeah. But yes, any other mentions here? Because we mentioned the Under 20 World Cup. We're going to know the results after. Any last things that you'd like to mention here in episode 8 of the FC Wonderkid podcast?
I wanted to mention that performance from Eli Junior Krupi. No, and you?
I have one last mention. Last mention. I did that question to you about Kenan Yildiz, Giovanni Kenda. It's not Wonderkid, but it's influenced by Wonderkids. Next season, I could see this happening. I said in the last podcast, and I kind of regretted it. Harry Kane going to Man United. I said that. But what if Tottenham re-sign Harry Kane in the next 2 seasons? You really think that's not going to happen?
Yeah.
I think I could see Tottenham getting Harry Kane again, because the Tottenham team now, compared to when Harry Kane was with Son, very, very different. Now you have Xavi Simons, you have Kudus, you'll have Vuskovic, you have Palhinha, that is having an underrated season. They only need the striker, mates. Matisse Tel, very good in terms of potential. Richarlison, good enough for the Premier League. But Harry Kane would make this team transcend, and he's already a legend of the club. He'd be an even bigger legend in the Premier League and the top scorer ever in Premier League history, surpassing Alan Shearer. Go back to Tottenham, Harry Kane.
But it's more difficult to get the Golden Boot in the Premier League than in the Bundesliga.
I agree.
That's why I think he doesn't want to come back to the Premier League. He already played Premier League. He's very happy at Bayern, and he knows here in the Bundesliga, Bayern is by far the best team in the league. He could shock the world with the amount of goals that he's scoring.
But don't you think Harry Kane is a Tottenham fan by now?
I think he's a Tottenham fan.
And don't you think when he looks at this team with a Bergvall, with Destiny Udogi, with Vuskovic coming, with Xavi Simons, with Kudos, he thinks this team is much better than what when I was there. I can return and win the Premier League with Tottenham. And if he does that, Harry Kane, he becomes the best striker ever in Premier League history.
Maybe.
If he comes back to Tottenham and he wins the league at Tottenham, mate, that would be surreal. And there's no more Son. There's no more partner in crime. He'd have new partners in crime. Yeah. I just wanted to mention this because it's involving Wonderkids, and the recruitment of Tottenham makes this possibility could happen.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Let's see. I think, for example, Luka Vuskovic can be in the in the squad of. I hope he is in the next season squad of Tottenham.
Oh, yeah.
And Luka Williams-Barnett should already get some minutes in the first team, in my opinion.
Palhinha, Kudus, Xavi Simons, those are guarantees to be next season. Lucas Bergvall also can be a better player. Archie Gray can also be a better player. I don't know. I really think, mate, Kane must look at this team and say,
I don't know.
I can return here and make history. But let's wait and see. But you guys, let us know in the comment section your choices. Go bold down below on YouTube. 5 stars on Spotify is a huge help. So let us know. Who's gonna sign Kenan if he leaves Juventus? Is Nico Paz gonna return to Real Madrid? We talk about the U20 World Cup. We talk about Football Manager, the things you must know about the game, Wonderkids that you gotta sign. FC Wonderkid Podcast, another bold episode with Felipe Souza. Another one bites the dust. And you guys, thank you for supporting us until now. If you're listening until now, like on YouTube. It's a huge help. And yes, FC Wonderkid Podcast next week out. Also on Monday at 6 o'clock. Thank you for your support and thank you for going bold with us in another episode.
Thank you.